Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Racha, Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Salutations to your brothers pushing this word in truth and in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, back another week to prophesy the downfall of America, you know, in all the world governments and rulerships that we see currently. All right, now getting straight into it, you had Vladimir Putin that was talking about nuclear war once again. Okay, and we know that according to prophecy, nuclear war is how the Lord is going to get rid of the Edomites being in power. All right, so if you want to read after that, all right, so this brother's going to read a quick scripture dealing with you know, the nuclear war that's about to take place. Real quick. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, you said something about the scripture, so this is from WashingtonPost.com, and it's an article, and it's entitled "What to Know About Russia's Plan to Stage Referendums in Ukraine."
Yeah, real quick, Slocky brother. Real quick, this is Revelation 11 and 14. It says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." All right, so World War II has passed. Somebody look up World War II dates. It's like 1930 something to 40. All right, because the brother about to look up the World War II dates. But when you really think about it, there's people that were born during the time of World War II that's still alive today.
Hitler's invasion of Poland in September of 1939.
Yeah, September of 1939. We're in September of 2022.
45.
Yep, 1939 to 1945. How many years is that? From
6.
No, from then to now.
Oh, from here?
45 to now?
What's it, 2022 to 45? That's 80 years. 77 years.
Yep. 77 years. So that's not that long of a time period. You got people like individual we know that we work with that's in the 70s. We ain't gotta say no names, but you know, so he was alive during that time.
Yeah.
You know. So
I got a quick brief.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Matthew 24 and 6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Read that again.
This is Matthew 24 and 6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
All right, so wars and rumors of wars. All right, wars and rumors of wars is all these people that sitting in positions of authority that had the ability to tell individuals when to push the button and when not to.
Yep.
You know, so we're living in those times, man. But be not frightened, because all these things gotta happen. All right, we know that all these things must happen. Somebody hold that in Habakkuk 2. In the end, it shall speak. Go ahead, Tommy.
This is from WashingtonPost.com. It's an article entitled "What to Know About Russia's Plans to Stage Referendums in Ukraine."
Okay.
Posted on September 21st, 2022.
Yep.
It says Moscow-backed officials in occupied parts of Ukraine announced plans this week to hold referendums from Friday to Tuesday on the prospect of joining Russia.
Right. So it said that occupied parts of Ukraine is they're gonna be deciding whether they want to be part of Russia. Which these parts of Ukraine used to be part of Russia.
Yep.
You know
USSR.
what I'm saying? Yep, the old Soviet Union, USSR. All right, so they're gonna hold referendums to see if these people actually want to be part of Russia or not. You know, go ahead.
The move indicates an escalation in Russia's apparent plan to annex swaths of Ukraine. The upcoming votes, which will not be free and fair, would be illegal under Ukrainian and international law, would lay the groundwork for Russia to formally absorb Ukrainian territory.
Right. So now they're trying to say, oh, that's illegal. You know what Putin's trying to do with annexing these regions, oh, it's illegal. But they don't to show the West hypocrisy. They don't call the invasion of Iraq illegal, the invasion of Iran illegal. I mean of Afghanistan illegal.
Shit, the colonization of Americas.
Yeah,
That's illegal. That was illegal too. Shit.
They annexed Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Hawaii had its own government system set up, and America just straight up took it. So that was less than 100 years ago.
Yep.
It says Russian President Vladimir Putin voiced support for the staged votes, and on Wednesday declared a partial military mobilization for up to 300,000 reservists. The announcement signaled a new willingness from Putin to escalate the 7-month war after losing significant ground to Ukrainian counteroffensives in the Ukraine's northeast. Western officials have panned them as a sham in an address to the UN General Assembly on Wednesday. President Biden accused Russia of extremely significant violations of the UN Charter. And analysts warn that annexing the territories could enable Moscow to label Ukrainian attacks on those regions as attacks on Russia itself, raising the threat of retaliation, retaliatory. How do you say this word?
Retaliatory.
Okay, retaliatory nuclear strike.
I like it, bro. And you see how they was talking about how Russia's not in the compliance with the UN? They're not governed by the UN, so why would they be in compliance to the UN's rules?
Exactly.
That makes no sense. You know, like me telling somebody that's a law-abiding citizen that they're going off for not putting in work for the hood. They're not from the fucking hood. The fuck?
Nigga work at Microsoft, he just lives in.
Yeah, he like, nigga, why you ain't go murder the ops, nigga? It's like, bro, I work at Google. What the fuck you talking about?
So read that last paragraph.
6, 5.
It says Western officials have banned them as a sham in an address to the UN General Assembly on Wednesday. President Biden accused Russia of extremely significant violations of the UN Charter. And analysts warn that annexing the territories could enable Moscow to label Ukrainian attacks on those regions as attacks on Russia itself.
Right. So America is mad that or the Biden administration, they're upset that Vladimir Putin is making a strategic chess move to where he's gonna have the people vote whether he's letting the people vote whether they want to be part of Russia or not. It's not him just taking it by force, which is something that America will do. They'll use bombs in war to take lands that don't belong to them. Putin is letting the people decide, right? Because if the people decide, hey, we want to be part of Russia, what the fuck can anybody say? The people decided this, right?
It's not democracy for the people.
Exactly. So they're mad that he's using that tactic to, if those regions become part of Russia, well, now they're part of Russia. So if you're a Ukrainian military in this part of Russia that just became a part of Russia that's been annexed to Russia, that's a means for war.
Yeah.
You know, you're invading our territory, so therefore we can use nukes on your ass, man. You know, that's what that article is going into. Somebody hold Ezekiel 38.
Habakkuk is going into.
Oh, go ahead with Habakkuk.
This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Yeah, and part of being a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is to be a watchman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and part of what we watch for is the signs of the times. You know, we watch for, like the brother said, prophecy. We watch for current events. All right, because everything that's going on in the earth can be funneled through the scriptures. You know.
Read on, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, and write the vision and make it plain upon tables. All right, that he that run may he that readeth it may run. What did it say?
It says, write the vision and make
That
it
he
plain
may run
upon
that readeth
tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right. You know, so being us having an understanding of what the hell is going on, first and foremost, you got to understand prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Because the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai understand prophecy. We understand what the scriptures say. Therefore, it's easy to be able to look out into the road and see what's going on and be like, oh, that matches up with this, that matches up with that matches up with this prophecy. Oh, the Lord said that. The Lord said, watch out for this. Okay? Now, on the other hand, you got people in the world who are big on geopolitical news. They got all the scoop on what's happening in the earth as far as current events. However, they don't understand the scriptures. So they don't even know where to start to try to funnel that information through the scriptures to get a proper understanding of what they have knowledge of.
But they got the doomsday clock,
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
know what the hell.
Yeah.
Well, they at least know what the hell's going on.
Get that Matthew 24. No man knows the day nor hour.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's more on this too. The Habakkuk.
Hold on.
Verse 3 real quick. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry,
Hey, it's speaking, it's not lying. Everybody who was calling, you know, starting with the apostles and elders and the men of great millstone, conspiracy theorists, bug outs, quacks, you know, what have you, fear mongers, they gotta eat those words, man. You know, they gotta eat those words because we're coming out of the spirit, coming out in the spirit of truth and sincerity, letting people know what's going on, and you can clearly see that the vision is speaking. What the prophets have said was going to happen is clearly being acted out in the earth today. And to say that we didn't warn you would be a lie. You know, to say that we was lying to you would be a lie. Okay, the vision is speaking, man.
reading on, it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Right, though it tarry, wait for it. And when we came into this thing, we used to talk about World War III, and we knew it was going to happen, but it was unsure, like, how it was going to happen. Even though we knew how it was going to happen, you know, it's like the dominoes. You line them up. When you knock one over, there's a beginning piece and there's an end piece. There's a first domino that gets knocked over and the last domino, and there's hella dominoes in between. Right. Some of them go uphill, downhill, curved, side to side, or whatever. All right, so prophecy is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a chain of events that has to happen in a certain sequence before that final domino, being Yahweh Shem Yahushai, bringing destruction, is slapped down on the table. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That stone being tossed at that ankle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to hold that too.
Yeah. It says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. It will surely come, it will not tarry. And the scriptures say our salvation is nearer than when we believe. When we first came to this thing, hey man, we thought, you know, man, next month, man, World War III, martial law, fucking all kind of, you know. And years later, we still here, man. You know, but hey, it's according to the scriptures say. I want to say Song of Solomon. The Lord said, "Awake, not stir, my beloved, till He be pleased." So when the Lord decides to do things on His time, that's when they're gonna get done. We just got to be faithful and stay those sentinels and look to see what to answer the Lord when he returns, when the Lord speaks with us, you know. What did you want to have?
Can I read this real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
This is 2 Peter. Yep, 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And that's exactly what we see. That's exactly what this brother was just speaking about, man. You got a lot of individuals that loves talking smack right now, you know, but at the same time they're witnessing that these very things that we've been saying was going to happen is coming to pass, man. You know, so you got a whole bunch of people that they talk trash on what we say, or what the apostles and the elders, the Spirit has declared unto us to be the MOTB, what that is, you know, how World War III is going to play out, who Esau Edom is, who the Israelites are. You had a lot of people that had a lot of things to say against that, and then at the same time, right now, they're starting to realize and see it happen. You know, so they're backpedaling, trying to cover their tracks, so that way they don't lose all of that credibility that they've built up for themselves.
Hey, like
I was just saying one thing. Then they had known the prophet had been among them.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hey, like Yoshwama was doing videos and so on to that elder. He was saying how he was going into groups like ISUPK and IUIC, how their doctrine has changed when they talk going into the mark of the beast. You know, IUIC was saying that it was first it was Christianity, or first it was an embargo, then it was Christianity, and then it's sin. So their doctrine has changed over the years, you know, but they'll never give credit to the mark of the beast being what it is, which is the RFID chip. Why they won't give credit is because the men of Great Millstone, the apostles and the elders, is the ones who brought that information out. You know what I'm saying?
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh.
And they don't want to eat those words, man.
Right.
It's June! Ain't no language chips! All that fucking fuckery there was off of. You know?
Chips in the fucking forest and shit.
Yeah, all that fuckery they was off of. Now they got to eat all those words, and they'll be damned if they eat their own words.
Hey, like the brothers, Brad and Habakkuk, though it is for an appointed time, it said at the end it will speak. Mm-hmm. That lets you know that they didn't have faith in the vision actually speaking, because for it to be speaking currently, right? We're in the beast system. We're in the new world order. It ain't to the climax of what it's gonna get, but we are in a new world order. You know what I'm saying? We're living in the beast system. So for us to be in the beast system, and it's clear as day that the MOTB is the mark of the beast. All right, that RFID chip is the mark of the beast. For you not to align yourself with prophecy, it lets you know that, you know, hey, something's wrong there, man.
Yeah. You want this? This is Matthew 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right, and I had this brother read that because Esau, I had those doomsday clocks. You know what I'm saying? They'll turn the clock. Oh, it's 10.
It's a minute till.
Yeah, a minute till the destruction or doomsday. Then they'll dial it back. They'll adjust it how they see fit. But that doesn't make any sense, because it's just like an hourglass. An hourglass. If you had an hourglass full, right, at the bottom, and you turn that motherfucker upside down, and you don't tamper with it, eventually it's going to come to a point where all that sand is depleted.
Yeah.
You know, so from the time Esau, somebody grabbed it in Isaiah. I have created the smith of both the coals. I think I want to say 34. From the time that the Lord put the spirit on those German scientists to come up with the concept of splitting the atom, you know, and making all these different type bombs, and when they came out with that nuclear bomb, that hourglass it's from them creating that to the time the Lord destroys this place. You're not gonna have no period of time where you can pause the hourglass and have the sand freeze.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, push play and it starts where it left off. No, it's a constant elapse or a trickle of time,
Constant motion.
a constant motion that's gonna lead to the destruction of this place.
Sorry, if I may say, it's like lighting a fuse, man. That fuse is not gonna mysteriously grow back again. Once the fuse is burnt, that part that's burnt is not coming back. It's not coming back. So for you to say it's a minute till and then it jumps to 10 minutes till, that you how the fuck is that wick grow fucking back again? It's not gonna happen.
Something dissipated.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. It goes from 30 seconds to 10 minutes. And it's like, nah, man. You niggas is playing.
And don't know.
Go ahead.
All right, this Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
For his work, man. That's the purpose for Yahweh, okay? He created Esau to create that weapon, man. All right? Even Esau himself is a weapon of destruction. All in his own self. Before he created any other shit. He himself is a weapon of destruction, man.
A whooping stick.
A whooping stick, man. You was done on that?
Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, I have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Hey, the day of the Lord is gonna come quick, man. Esau can try to push off the time as much as they want to, but they don't know how much time they got, man. We don't know how much time is left. You know what I'm saying? And it's really gonna come as soon as they're claiming all the peace and safety, like what they're doing right now, man. They're claiming peace and safety, and everybody's not looking forward to the fact that they about to ramp everything up multifold than what it was before, man.
And just going back on that Smith to blow up the coals, Operation Paperclip. 1,600 scientists, right, that were spread into Russia and America. 1,600, right? That's a lot of minds that have their focus on one thing, and that's war, and that's making a weapon of war. And the Lord put it in their mind to do that. So yeah, just for edification's sake, that's Operation Paperclip.
14 and 5? Yeah, right now. Go ahead.
Oh, we get this. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra 14, verse 5.
All right, because the Lord gave us indications of how to know where we are in prophecy. You know what I'm saying? And this chapter goes into that.
This is 2nd Ezra 14 and 5. And told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. And now I say unto thee, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended.
Yeah.
But for the world hath lost his youth. For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old.
Right. So, and just like a vehicle you can have a new vehicle, and you can drive around, and there's a period of time where a month passed, 2 months, probably even a year, and you still got that new car feel. You feel like your car is new. But then there comes a point in time where it's like, damn, yeah, this car, it lost its youth. You know, it lost that new car feel, just like with a woman. You know what I'm saying? You start dating a woman, it's all, exciting and shit,
That honeymoon phase?
Yeah, the honeymoon phase. Then after a minute, it's like, man, this shit's boring.
Tired of you, bitch.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
So Hey, that's the condition that the earth is in. The earth used to be enjoyable. It used to be green, luscious, vibrant, you know, full of life.
Yielding.
Yep, yielding. And that's long gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's long gone.
Verse 11, it says, "For the world is divided into 12 parts,
Yeah.
and the 10th parts of it."
And those parts is talking about 1,000-year periods. Right.
It said, and the 10th parts of it are gone already, and half of the 10th part. It says,
and it's 12,000 years. That you know, 12 parts equals 12,000 years. And at this time, it was when Ezra was speaking, it was 9,500 years after creation. You know.
Verse 12, "And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as be in trouble.
That's keep going.
And now renounce corruption." You said 14?
Yeah, finish 13.
Okay, it says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption."
Now, you got to think about somebody hold second as this, grab second as this 6 and start at 5. I had a brother read that because this brother was just saying, the brother read that no man knoweth the day, no hour. Then you got Esau that tries to mess with the doomsday clock and so on and so forth. And then the average person don't know where we are in prophecy. You know, they'll think, oh, these millions and billions of years have passed since the earth has been, and that's all erroneous. Because the scripture just told you that there's 12 different parts, and that there, at the time Ezra was speaking, 9,500 years had already passed, and then you had the remainder. All right, so we're in the last days, which is included in that remainder, and via what we see happening with World War III being the mentioning of the nuclear missiles becoming a household topic, lets you know that we're close to this place being done away with, man. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 5. "In the present years were sought out, and or ever."
Sort of.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. I was like, hey, maybe this brother got a point. He want to get straight to it. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 1. "And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid."
Yeah, paradise, because the whole earth is a paradise. Idon.
Eden.
When you look up Idon or Eden, it comes from the Hebrew word Idon, which means paradise joy, because the earth is supposed to be a joy. You know, like back when you was a little kid, like especially like growing up in Southern California, even, you know, out here in Washington, as a child, it was a custom. We used to walk to school or walk to the park or whatever, and you had trees that had oranges on them. You know, trees that had all kind of fruit on them. And you can just pick it. You would have you can be walking in the alley, and somebody had Issachar would have an orange tree that its boughs and branches used to extend over their brickyard, their brick fence or picket fence or whatever, and you could just pick a damn orange and they wouldn't get mad. Hey, that's a joy, man. That provides oranges provide vitamin C and energy for your body. You know what I'm saying? So for the earth in its natural state is a joy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High's welfare system for the nation of Israel, you leave a 10th part, and that 10th part was supposed to be on the outward. Look at this nigga praise and say, on y'all God, but on the outward parts of your vineyards is where you would leave that 10th part.
You wouldn't glean them.
Yeah, you wouldn't glean them. You would glean the inside or whatnot, but you wouldn't glean the outside and then leave the remainder all the way like a mile into your damn vineyard for these homeless people to have to try to find something to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The righteous welfare system, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the kingdom was harmonious, man. Because everything was thought about, man. The Lord even looked out for the ones that was lacking, man. If you were lacking, you could walk around a couple of vineyards and get some of the food that they left. The 10% that they left for the homeless.
Also, you wasn't as a homeless person, you weren't allowed to gather a bunch of the what was the residue.
Yeah.
That wasn't gleaned of the fruit and vegetables and whatnot.
Take your fill that you need.
Yeah, just how the Most High did with that manna.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to just take it an abundance and stockpile. You wasn't supposed to do that, because if you stockpiling, you know niggas take it be like they'll clean the whole shit out.
Yeah.
And don't leave no more for the rest of the
Trying to make a
people.
profit off somebody else's shit that they left for you to feed yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
So you want to take away from the next man so you can make a profit? The Lord gonna jack you up for shit like
Be out
that.
there selling.
Yeah.
Making merch.
Yeah. You gonna take all of it and make
Set up a
merch?
table, like, what up, y'all? Hey, man, they ain't got no more, but I got you.
Hey, that's what Esau Edom does. That's what Ross is. That's what fucking Marshalls is. That's what all these little secondhand stores.
Yeah.
They sell the shit that the major stores shit went out of date.
Yep.
So they send them to these other stores for motherfuckers to buy. Huh? Oh yeah. Fuck him. Yeah. But yeah, man, that shit's off, man. It's just off. Who was reading? Was I reading? What was I reading? Okay, yep. Back in 2nd Ezra, verse 2, it says, before it thundered and lightened, wherever the foundation of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, wherever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitudes of angels were gathered together, wherever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, or the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure.
Right, and it's the elect that have gathered faith for a treasure. I can't stand this shit. Go ahead.
Verse 6, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone,
Right.
and through none other, but me also they shall be ended, or by me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
Right. So we're in Esau's rulership, his uninterrupted period of rule, his eon, his hegemony, his eon. Eon is an uninterrupted period of rule. So since the Renaissance till now, Esau has rule being uninterrupted by another kingdom coming in and getting the upper hand and
This
rule.
dumb motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
Bitch ass nigga.
Fucking faggot. That's why that shit didn't even hit nobody. If they pull up.
Man, that shit hit me. Hit me
It hit
2
you?
times with that shit, man.
Yeah.
Fucking faggot ass
A
nigga.
little Nerf gun.
Most I gonna fuck these motherfuckers up, man.
Now,
Playing
we
these
would've-
sick ass games, man.
If he was hanging out, we would have went, grabbed him out of the shit. We would be in the wrong, man.
I hope this
Hey, if
fucking
they-
cop go
hey,
get them niggas, man.
Yeah, go get him.
If they pull up, I'm talking shit, man.
Yeah, they bring that funny shit up if they want to. Fucking punk ass motherfuckers, man. Hey, the Lord ain't playing no games, man. You guys think you guys is cute and being funny out here, man? Shooting pellets and shit at us, man? Hey, that's gonna be a curse unto you, man. For real. You over here playing sick ass games like the Lord ain't gonna touch you for the shit you're doing, man.
Hey,
The scriptures tell you, blessed are ye when men shall revile you, shall persecute you, speak all manner of evil against you. Yeah, man, the Lord's gonna get you, man. The Lord's gonna get you, man. Let the motherfuckers come back again with that bullshit, man.
That's a curse unto them, man.
I seen that shit. I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
nigga
yeah,
out the
yeah.
window.
Yeah.
Then I seen him pull the gun out. I was like, this nigga ain't stupid
Yeah,
enough to
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
And then he just start squeezing.
Yeah.
Nobody flinched though. Like, nigga,
No,
I'm scared of that
I
shit.
ducked because
I just put my.
if not, I would have
Straight
got hit. That shit was
That shit hit me twice. Hit me in both of my forearms and in my stomach. Hit 3 times.
Hey, that's the curse unto them niggas.
Yeah.
What if they was dealing with like? What if they have no idea what we're about up here, man?
No,
what if
put a
somebody?
squeeze off on
Yeah.
their
What if we was one of those other camps that carry guns and shit? And fucking, you know what I'm saying? Now one of them little niggas is dead for little pranks and whatnot, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, the Lord got something for them niggas.
Oh, you got something cold for him.
You know? Hold on. Somebody, whoever was reading this.
You want me to keep going on this? Because I was reading this Ezra.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
The points in verse 10.
Okay. Verse 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau." Which, you know, you can read that in Genesis, man. Okay? Because Rebecca, she had 2 sons.
Yeah.
All right? Jacob and Esau, man. And they was born in her stomach. And she said, why is it less in my stomach? And what the Lord tell her? 2 manner of people are in thy womb, man. And one's going to be greater than the next. Okay? Reading on, it's verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth."
That's the time that we're in right now at this very moment, man. Esau has control over the earth, man. All right, that's clear and evident to see. He's the end of the world. His world is ending. This world, he's losing control, man. Everything's slipping out of his fingers right now. And at the same time, you got Jake gaining more and more status throughout the societies, man. You know, they're giving more so-called rights. All right, Jake's already at the top of all the fields, man. All the entertainment fields are money-making ventures and avenues, man. You know, like Esau's world is crumbling away from him, man, and Jacob's is getting his foundation set up underneath it. You know.
Reading on verse 10, it says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Ezra, asked thou not? Well, that was the point in verse 9.
Hold on, read that again.
Verse 9?
9 and 10.
Okay, verse 9. For Esau, 2nd Ezra 5 and 9, 6 and 9, Salakia. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, so going into, because Ezra read about, or spoke about those 12 different parts, and how much was passed and how much was still remaining. So that was back when Ezra was on the scene, and here we are in 2022, so more time has passed. So Ezra is saying, or the angels telling Ezra that Esau is the end of the road and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the end of this road is the end of Esau's rulership, and Jacob will take over. And pretty much the sense of time, as far as how we know it, is going to be totally different. You know, because now we got nothing but eternity to look forward to. So we ain't going to be measuring the time of okay, it's a prophecy that we was going to rule for this long of a period of time, and then we was going to fuck up and go into slavery. So, you know, we ain't going to worry about time like that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be straight, just peace for all eternity.
Right. Verse 10, it says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Verse 10, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Ezra, asked thou not.
Right? He said, other questions, thou Ezra, asked thou not. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, you said verse 4?
Yeah.
Verse 4, it says, so that we ourselves glory in you in the churches of the Heavenly Father for your patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations.
Right. Patience, faith, persecutions, tribulations. Hey, that was a persecution what them bonehead ass niggas did, man. Riding around with a goddamn Nerf gun, shooting at people, and fucking ain't got no aim, because I mean you really ain't hit nobody. You hit this brother, but you know what I'm saying?
I could have moved, but I was.
It's crazy because I was seeing them shits fly out, And it was like slow motion.
Yeah, I was like, where are they at?
I seen them and I was like, okay, if I just look like that to avoid getting hit. But yeah, the Lord got something for them niggas, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
for real.
It says, faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure, which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of the Heavenly Father, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of the Heavenly Father, for which ye also suffer.
So, what verse was that?
Verse 5.
Okay, go ahead. So we suffer these persecutions for the kingdom of heaven's sake.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Heavenly Father to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you.
Write that down.
Hey, it's a righteous thing for us to send up curses on the ones that come with affliction towards us, man. For the ones that seek to do us harm, it is a righteous thing with the Heavenly Father for us to recompense them with tribulation, man. Okay, to pray to the Heavenly Father to handle that situation. You know, it says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us.
Right. So those that are troubled, hey, the best place to be is in the company of the prophets, man. Because you ain't gonna receive any type of comfort in this world, man.
Nope.
And then nobody goes through what the men of the Lord go through. Nope. You know, we got to suffer wickedness from those of the circumcision and uncircumcision. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
When the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Heavenly Father, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. So the Heavenly Father's gonna take vengeance on crackhead niggas that hang out of fucked up Nissans shooting pellet guns at the prophets, man. You know?
But you wouldn't go turn that rinky-dink gun on some niggas on the street, some random niggas on the street?
Yeah, go do that to the police, man.
Yeah.
They won't do that to any Edomite.
Yeah, it's like you gonna do it to us, but you won't do it to nobody else out here. Why is that?
Because they know we peace.
Because they assume that we're pushovers, that we're just, peace, peace, peace. No, hey, listen, man. The scriptures tell you that a fool's mouth causes for strokes, man. So, hey, man, if the Lord's with it and he allows it, hey, man, you motherfuckers is going to get pieced together, man.
Yep.
And it's that simple, man. If the Lord's with it and allows it, you're going to get hands put on you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, the Lord said in fire, what did it say, in fiery vengeance?
It says, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Heavenly Father.
All right, that's, Putin, the Lord going to use Putin to cook y'all niggas up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Lord willing. Bitch ass niggas, man.
Who didn't create the Smith to blow the coast for no reason?
And yeah, that was the nuclear bombs was not created in vain, man. Nope. I pray we see them niggas out there, man. Cause they gonna get stumped.
They ain't got to pop up over here again, man.
They getting far away.
And if they do, they're gonna come from this direction so they can skate this way. They ain't gonna come from the same direction.
It says, who shall be punished with the everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord,
Yeah.
and
Niggas
from the
like
glory
that.
of his power.
Niggas like that's gonna be punished and done away with. They don't belong in the presence of Yahweh Shemi outside, man.
Because that's in direct violation of scriptures, man. You know, man, the Lord's supposed to, if at all possible, live peaceably with all men. You driving around shooting people with pellet guns is not living peaceably, man. And that calls for somebody to shoot you ass back, man.
Yeah. That was the point.
You had that in Daniel?
Daniel, yep. This is Daniel.
Oh, actually, let's just better read that article.
All right, yep. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. You can actually read that right now.
Joel 3, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong.
Right. All the money that was used by these other countries for agricultural purposes is being delegated for military purposes. You know, they're buying weaponry from either America or Russia. You know, Russia, China, America, for the most part. These countries that were once, you know, not significant militarily-wise are now equipping their armies and getting ready because that's part of the prophecy, man. The Lord tells you that in Joel, you know, that he's going to gather all the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
If I may also say, North Korea just reached their top of their nuclear capability. So now they're saying they're strong because they say they can reach America, Russia, wherever they need to reach with their capability, their missile technology capabilities.
And Korea is in alignment with Russia, so they're not going to attack Russia.
Right.
So who the fuck's left?
And NATO and the EU.
Great Satan.
Dragon. Number 11, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Yeah, the mighty ones is talking about the angels. Okay. Go ahead.
Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Go ahead. Break it down.
Oh, hey, man, World War III. Because it's not just going to be America and Russia. It's not going to be just Ukraine, the EU, and no, everybody's going to be involved in this war. All of these heathens are going to be judged, right? As well as 2/3 of the nation, because hey, in the U.S. Army, you're going to have 2/3 in there, right? And you're going to have Germany's going to be involved, Italy, all the powerful nations that got real missile technology and capabilities is going to be there, and that's why it's going to leave this place a desolation, you know. But that area is going to get fucked up too.
Not only the powerful ones, but even the ones that are weak.
Yeah.
Because they're all aligned with the ones with power. And when the ones with power come calling, guess what, man? You already signed the contract that when they call for war, that you're going to be there to meet them with your forces. So once you already put yourself in that light, hey, when they call upon you, you got to come answer that call.
Yeah, because you've been reaping them rewards you've been getting.
Exactly.
And when they call, you better come ready.
Yeah, you better come ready to fight, man. Ready to sacrifice your troops.
Yeah, that's part of these the trade deals that these nations make with one another. You know, we'll supply you with arms and this and that, but part of the stipulation is when we need you for war, you got to respond. These treaties and pacts that they make, that's what the whole the European Union is. It's a union of, if the Russians come against any one of us that's part of this this agreement, all of us got to band together and aid you in fighting these motherfuckers.
Yep.
NATO.
Hey, and there's an example in the scriptures in the Maccabees of the Maccabees making a league with who? With Rome. And in that league, in that agreement, Rome said, if we have enemies that are going to fight against us, you guys must come and help us. In like manner, if you guys got to fight, we're about to come help you.
That's not what the Lord ordained. We're supposed to be separate, man. You can't be making no leagues with the heathen. That's just crazy. That's why the Lord fucked us over, man.
This is from newsbreak.com. Right, it's an article entitled "Putin could have justification he needs for nuclear strikes in a few days." Dated for it says dated for Friday, September 3rd, 23rd.
Which is tomorrow. No, yesterday. Excuse me.
It says the upcoming referendums being held by Russian-backed separatists in Ukraine may give Russian President Vladimir Putin what he needs to justify a nuclear strike.
Right. So Putin is looking for a reason to be justified in pushing that button.
This week, Russia state news agency TASS reported that separatists in 4 territories of the Donbass region will hold referendums on joining Russia from September 23rd to 27th. Such votes have previously been prohibited by law from taking place.
Right. So those votes were previously not allowed via law to take place and happen. But being that this is the Lord's program, the Lord's like, nah, man, we gonna have this shit pop off, you know.
Putin could use the referendums to find reasons for an attack that are in line with the conditions Moscow have set for the use of nuclear weapons. John Erath, the senior policy director at the Center of Arms Control and Non-Proliferation, told Newsweek that the referendums from the so-called Luhansk People's Republic and Donetsk People's Republic could hand Putin the legal pretense to consider those separatist-backed territories as parts of Russia.
Right. So, if that goes through, if this referendum goes through, that gives Putin justification for using the nukes and pushing that button, man.
Although the Russian army doesn't have full control over these territories, the Kremlin will likely use the votes to formally annex Luhansk and Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, and I know I'm butchering these, Slovakia, you know.
Bastard language, man.
And it's Russian. And Kherson. In the case that those occupied territories are formally admitted to the Russian Federation, any efforts from Ukraine to take back those territories will likely be seen as a direct attack on Russia. Erath noted that Putin has already drawn a very clear line that if Ukraine puts one foot into Russia, which would indicate those occupied territories pending on upcoming votes, Putin will have legal grounds to use nuclear weapons. So,
Go ahead.
He said pretty much, look, if he does this vote and they vote that those territories are now a part of Russia, if he catches Ukrainians inside that land, he already said that if they step foot within, I'm gonna read that again. It says, Erath noted that Putin has already drawn a very clear line that if Ukraine puts one foot into Russia, which would include those occupied territories pending on the upcoming votes, Putin would have legal grounds to use nuclear weapons. So if he annexed those territories and then those troops refuse to leave those territories or put up some type of resistance within those territories, he's going to have, according to his own country's laws and whatnot, legal justification on using nuclear weapons.
That's a strategic chess move.
Yeah, it is.
See that dog's ears pop up? He was trying to hear the word. It just was down. He was like, I'm all ears, yeah. All right, this is what you got on that?
Oh, it's still more on the article.
Okay, this is 1 Maccabees 8:1. It says, now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them. And amity is a peaceful relationship. Okay. Verse 2. And that they were men of great valor, it was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost parts of the earth, till they had discomforted them and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Besides this, how they had discomforted in battle Philip in Persia, king of the Shittims, with others that lifted up themselves against them and have overthrown them. How also Antiochus, the great king of Asia, that came against them in battle, having 120 elephants with horsemen and chariots, and a very great army, was discomforted by them, and how they took him alive and covenanted that he and such are reigned after him should pay a great tribute and give hostages that which were agreed upon in the country of India and Media and Lydia and of the goodliest countries which they took of him and gave to King was it Eumenes? Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them, and that they, having knowledge of, sent against them a certain captain.
Hold on. Was that the point?
Well, the point was them.
Jump down to 19.
19. Salakia.
Pretty much, this chapter is going into that league of amnesty that Judas Maccabeus made with the Romans.
And it's going to why he made it, because he heard about what they was doing and how they was serving it.
Yeah, they was pretty much letting them know all the things that the Roman Empire had achieved as far as in matters of war.
Yeah.
You know,
Matters of war and fairness with other nations made them tributes just to have to come and pay. They let them do whatever the fuck they wanted, just as long as you come pay us our money, man. Mm-hmm. and you don't come against what we set up.
Right. And we're reading that because that's the same thing that these countries are doing to a certain degree pertaining to the United Nations and NATO, all those NATO nations coming into that agreement that once again, if they're attacked by Russia, one of those countries is attacked by Russia, then they're considered all being attacked by Russia, and they all got to band together and come against Russia in war.
Okay, this is jumping down to verse 19. First Maccabees 8:19. It says, "They went therefore to Rome, which was a very great journey, and came into the Senate, where they spake and said, Judas Maccabees with his brethren and the people of the Jews have sent us unto you to make a confederacy in peace with you, that we might be registered your confederates and friends, so that matters
you might be registered your confederates and friends."
Mm-hmm.
So are you registered? You know, that's Esau shit. You got to register for every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
With Esau.
Yep. It says, so that matters please the Romans well, and this is the copy of the epistle which the Senate wrote back again in tables of brass and sent to Jerusalem, that there they might have by them a memorial of peace and confederacy. It said, verse 23, it says, good success be to the Romans and to the people of the Jews by sea and by land forever. The sword also an enemy be far from them. If there come first any war upon the Romans or any of their confederates throughout all their dominion.
Right. It said if there come any, what did it say, war?
Yes, if there come first any war upon the Romans.
Upon the Romans, so this is Judas Maccabeus and the Jews, the Israelites saying this to the Romans. Look.
No, this is a letter from the Romans to them.
Oh, okay.
The Romans sent them a letter.
Yeah.
No, you had it, he was just saying it backwards. It's verse 24, it says, if there come first any war unto the Romans or any of the confederates throughout all their domain, the people of the Jews.
And they mentioned their confederates. Mm-hmm. So not only the Romans, look, hey, these motherfuckers come trying to test us, or anybody that what was the word they used? Esau, the registered.
Yeah. Yep.
If it's against us or anybody who's registered with us, hey, you got to help out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was a slick way, because sometimes a war will break out somewhere where you're not close to. But if you got allies in that area, guess who's the first that's going to arrive to that war? Your allies are going to arrive there first. You know? So that's what Esau was about, man. Reading on, it says, verse 25, the people of the Jews shall help them, as the time shall be appointed, with all their heart, neither shall they give anything unto them that make war upon them, or aid them with victuals, weapons, money, or ships, as it have seemed good unto the Romans, but they shall keep their covenants.
Right.
With
you can't give these niggas nothing. All right. Hey, no ships, no fucking.
no
nothing.
aid, no aid whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not even a drop of water.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, but they shall keep their covenants without taking anything therefore. And in the same manner also, if war come first upon the nation of the Jews, the Romans shall help them with all their heart, according as the time shall be appointed them. Neither shall victuals be given to them that take part against them, or weapons, or money, or ships, as it have seemed good to the Romans, but they shall keep their covenants, and that without deceit. That's pretty much the point.
Yeah. You know, so that's the same thing that's going on now with you know, the NATO, the EU, the UN. You know, the main enemy they got in mind is the Russians, man. You know what I'm saying? So if Russia actually has those lands in Ukraine annexed to Russia, and they become part of the you know, Russian Federation again, and Russia justifies itself in bringing war or using nukes on those pieces of land, what you think NATO and EU gonna do, man? You know, they might not retaliate immediately, but all it's gonna do is bring World War III closer to its climax. You know? Hey, Apostle Hard said, man, you see a nigga with dreadlocks, man, get away from that nigga. You know?
Well, I don't fuck with my brothers.
Yep.
They both got dreads.
Yep, niggas ain't right. We go that bug out. Go ahead.
It says, this is Ezekiel chapter 38, starting at verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
Right. So Gog and Magog is who the rail calls Russia. When you look at an ancient map, the land of Gog and Magog is where Russia is today. So this is what the Lord has to say pertaining to the Russians. Go ahead.
And prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
Right. Hey, the Lord is against Gog. All right. Now we kind of cheer on the Russians because they're gonna destroy America, which is the land of our captivity.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, they're Edomites.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and the Lord gonna destroy them as well, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be a mutually assured destruction
Yeah.
on both sides.
Right.
America's gonna be completely destroyed, but there's gonna be parts of Russia that get hit with nukes and destroyed as well.
Right.
You know, and that goes for all around the planet.
And Russia is not going to come into power for no season after Esau in the Americas is taken down. All of Esau is going down.
Yeah. Hey, hold that in Second Ezra, dealing with Justin Smell of Smoke. What's it? He was 73. Go ahead.
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army.
Right. The Lord said He's gonna put hooks into their jaws and bring thee back, thou and all thine army. So all the nations that's confederate with Russia, all right, the Lord is gonna turn Russia back to that old USSR Soviet Union, that powerhouse, to wage war on all their enemies, man. Go ahead.
Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
Right. So in the ancient world, you know, you would actually have the horse that be decked out with armor on it. You know what I'm saying? Carrots all decked out, like on the House of the Dragons. The king got that iron little carrot that he travels in when he goes throughout the realm.
Yeah, because the horse needs to be protected for his vital organs. Man.
Yeah.
You know, it usually has a breastplate, and then its sides are protected as well. So you can't just jug it, and then this rider gets, catapulted into the air.
Right. Yeah. So, hey, Hey, the modern day version of that is these armored tanks.
Yep.
You know, you got the brother Gabari out in Hawaii.
Or not ATV,
Shalom on to that brother. He just did a video, story time with Gabari Howard. And he's talking about women in the military. And but he was just going into how when they were sent overseas, a lot of the vehicles, the Humvees they had plastic doors. You know, the plastic doors, and you know, a round can just penetrate that shit. Even if your vehicle is not up armored properly, you know, certain rounds can go through that vehicle, even if it is up armored. You know, if you're shooting a 50 cal, a 50 cal is gonna go through that shit, man.
Anti-vehicle, anti-tank, anti-warcraft, all that shit. Or not warcraft, aircraft.
So that's the modern day version. All right, these vehicles,
the MRAPs,
the fucking strikers, the mechanized vehicles, all that. That's the modern day version of the buckler and shield. And horsemen, all sorts of armor. Okay, go ahead.
All of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Right, and Persia is the so-called. Persia is the modern day Iranians. Ethiopia is the Ethiopians, Hamites. It said in Libya, and that's in North Africa. Okay, go ahead.
With them. All of them with shield and helmet.
Right, because a lot of those nations, like I said earlier, get weaponry from the Russians, and that's part of the agreement. Look, you ain't even about to be buying our missile technology. That's the same bitch to use against us. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Gomer and all his bands.
Right, Gomer is the Turk. Modern day Turkey. All right, and all his bands, all those that's for him. Go ahead.
The house of Togarmah.
Yeah, Togarmah, I believe is Armenia or Georgia. The region of Armenia and Georgia. That's Togarmah. When you look at an ancient map, it's that region. Go ahead.
The house of Togarmah.
And Georgia borders Russia.
Yeah.
You got the European nations, and then east of those European nations, you got niggas, man. I pray the Lord killed a lot of niggas today. Immediately after those European nations, you got Georgia, which borders Russia.
Hey,
Southern Russia. Southwest Russia.
Where's Esau from?
Georgia.
Well, the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, the Caucasus Mountains.
That's not where they from.
Russians, but that's where
that's where they ran. They fled to from persecution. You know what I'm saying? But that's right there by Russia. I let you know that. Hey, man, they're still Edomites over there too.
It says, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people.
Right.
Against the mountains of Israel.
Right. So the land of Israel itself is gonna be touched. Right, and that's something that, you know, brothers, we gotta bring out more. We always talk about America being destroyed, but the land of Israel itself is gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's got to be cleansed.
Holy defiled, man. The biggest Momo parade is where? Tel Aviv, man. And that's supposed to be a holy city, man. It's supposed to be a holy city, separate, man. So why are you doing things that the world does? Hey, if you're separate, that means you do things that the world doesn't do.
Yeah, you're doing things that are holy.
Yeah.
That are approved of by the Lord.
Yeah.
And everything they do over there in the land of Israel currently is not approved of the Lord.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
So therefore, it's got to be the same way the Lord destroyed those Hamites because they were practicing wicked ways. They was completely gone into witchcraft and and magic and sorcery and enchanters and soothsayers and monthly prognosticators, all that wickedness, them Canaanites and Pezerites and Jebusites and Hittites and so on and so forth, Girgasites, they was all involved in that wickedness, man. And that's what the Lord used to justify him smoking their ass out of that land. And it's gonna be the same thing today, man. Dealing with those so-called Israelis that's in the land of Israel, the Lord is gonna use their wicked actions to justify him using those Russians to destroy that place with them in it. All right, go ahead.
It says, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste,
Yeah.
but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm.
4144.
Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee.
Right, break it down.
Hey, the Most High, you know, the Most High is showing how that army is going to be, you know what I'm saying, how that army is going to be built up. You know, the ones that's going to do his bidding. Okay. It says
13 and
and then it says that the house of Israel has always been waste, like the brother has spoken about, man. Like he said, Israel's always had that landmass has always had a little inkling of wickedness in it, man. The Most High's gonna stump that out once and for all when he takes down these Edomites, right? Because that land's gonna be returned back onto the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native descendants, Indians, man. The ones that's following after the Heavenly Father himself. He's gonna claim us back as a people, put us back into that land. But right now, that land is just as defiled as the land of America is itself, man. You know, there's various strongholds that Esau Edom got around the world that's got to get touched, man. It's got to get completely destroyed and eradicated for the kingdom of heaven to be established here on the planet Earth. So, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into my mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought."
Right, so the actions that are being displayed by these people that's in power, such as the presidents, you know, Putin and what's this guy's name, Joe Biden, you know, prime ministers overseas,
Boris.
and delegates and all this. Boris Johnson, I think he resigned.
Oh, he did, did he?
But all these individuals that's sitting in positions of authority, everything they're doing is because the Lord is having the angels tweak their brain to pull the strings they're pulling, you know, to fulfill the Lord's will, man. They think they're doing it on their own accord. It's the Lord that's guiding them to make these decisions to do certain shit, you know.
And thou shalt say, I will go.
Hey, that's a lot, because it's an evil thought to be like, you know what, fuck it, we gonna push the button. You know, with the intent and purpose of destroying, just like that bitch, the Uber driver who got that nigga divorced from his wife. Yeah. Because she found out some bitch on Roadstar, the Uber driver, not minding her own business, picked up a dude in his side bitch, and they back there arguing like, when you going to, the bitch talking about the side bitch is arguing with the dude like, when you gonna tell your wife about us and this, that, and the third. So the fucking Uber bitch, she you know, being nosy, while they're arguing, she turns around back to the house where she picked the dude up and dropped him off, talking about get out my car. So she makes it, she's getting all loud with the dude, with the chick in front of the dude's house, to where the dude's wife comes outside and she blew up his spot, man. But she deliberately did that for that outcome to come about. She knew that it was evil.
What's going on, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey.
What's
Yes,
up?
sir.
Good to see you.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, see you, man. Vinny. Yeah, there we go, Vinny. Yeah.
So she deliberately did that because she was hoping that the outcome would be exactly what it was. So I use that as an analogy of when you push that button, knowing that millions of people in America is going to be destroyed. Hey, you deliberately wanted to kill those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you knew the outcome. But it's the Lord that's going to put the spirit on these individuals to push those buttons. Go ahead.
That could be likened also onto the current state of the world, what's been happening in these last couple of years, that juice that they've been pushing out to everybody, deliberately knowing that it's going to severely jack them up.
It's going to result in catastrophic side effects on your body, man. And majority of them are going to lead to death.
It says,
hey, they said that MAR to the bird, right? That Marburg is anybody who took that jab got that shit laying dormant in their cells, and what's gonna happen is when
sleeper agent.
Yep, when they hit that 3-round burst.
When they toot that thing up.
When they hit that three round burst with the G5, the dude, the Elamite doctor, he was saying he was saying when they activate that G5, they gonna do 3 minute 1 minute
Interval.
interval 3 1 minute interval signals or whatever vibrations, frequencies, that's pretty much gonna crack open that MAR bird virus that's laying dormant in these people. You know what I'm saying? That's that MAR bird virus that's laying dormant in these people is gonna be activated, and pretty much the MAR bird virus, it's a hemorrhages. Good Lord. Hemorrhage. It's a hemorrhage virus. So like it. And what that means is pretty much you're bleeding internally. It causes you to bleed out of every orifice. Hemorrhage. Yeah, hemorrhage. Yeah, a release of blood from a broken blood vessel either inside or outside the body. So pretty much internal bleeding, which is gonna cause you to bleed out your nose, bleed out your mouth, bleed out your ears, out your ass, out your urethra, out of
Hemorrhagic.
eyes.
Hemorrhagic.
Hemorrhagic.
Any hole you got on your body.
Yeah, hemorrhagic.
Yeah.
So literally, your blood, you're just gonna be leaking blood, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that happened with the Black Death.
The fucking there's certain snakes that their venom causes that shit. And I believe that's the same fucking venom they put in that juicy jab, man.
Who knows, man?
You know what I'm saying? The shit that fucks with your blood, makes your shit thins your shit.
Oh, that's it. Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
That's the King Cobra that does that.
Yeah, there we go.
Causes your blood to clot. They use 2 different snakes. I don't want to get this taken down for medical information, but there was another snake.
We are not doctors.
We are not doctors.
We are not doctors. We are physicians.
This is for educational purposes.
Right. And there's another kind of snake that they use that helps fast the process of your. It slows down your heart rate. Yeah. So the combination of the 2 causes you to either have a heart attack or start coagulating your blood.
Yeah. Hey, and that's what hemorrhagic. It doesn't allow your blood to clot.
Yeah,
so like,
it.
Yeah, just like with nicotine or garlic is a natural blood thinner. Like they say, you shouldn't take spinach and kale together because spinach thins your blood and kale coagulates your blood. But what that venom that MAR bird virus does is it causes your blood to not be able to clot. So therefore, you're just bleeding. You're bleeding internally, which pours out externally. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be all bad, man. It's gonna be like some zombie shit. Just like I said, like the Black Death, like the plague that happened to Israel during the before the the so-called Dark Ages. You know, and that was the Lord using that to get rid of a lot of Israelites, man. And the Lord is gonna do that once again. All you dumb, stupid ass niggas that went out and took that jump shot, hey, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we got family members. Certain brothers got family members that took the jump shot, despite them being warned not to take it. But hey, that's the will of the Lord, man. It ain't no what's the word? No love lost or anything like that.
No ill feelings. No ill will.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lose sleep at night. Hey, you can't. That's why you can't trust the devil, man. Never trust thine enemy, like the scripture says. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, Salaki. It says, it's back in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely.
Yeah, the land of unwalled villages is here in America. Hey, from North America to South America, east to west, you do not have one. You don't have one continuous wall that borders Canada or borders Mexico. You know, it's just wide open. Hey, how you think a lot of them Cubans came to America on a damn raft, floated from Cuba to America,
To Florida.
to Florida, and just crept up on shore. You know what I'm saying? Because why? It's a land of unwalled villages, man.
Yep. Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. Yeah, niggas dying in the desert trying to get to America. They actually get all the way to America, end up in Arizona, just to dehydrate to death or get shot by a Minuteman.
Yeah.
You know, a Minuteman is one of them vigilantes that got fucking thousands and hundreds of acres of land just in the desert that Esau patrols, and they just ride around looking to kill Mexicans, man.
Yeah. And get away with that shit.
That ain't on the news.
Yeah, they don't go to jail for that.
Oh, why? Because those ones that they're killing are not legal residents, so they can get away with the shit.
It says that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates.
Yep.
To take a spoil and to take a prey, turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited.
Right, because this place was once desolate. Prior to the Northern Kingdom coming here to the Americas, this place was desolate. You know, you had animals and whatnot, and it was a paradise like we was talking about earlier, but you didn't have man dwelling here the way man's dwelling here currently.
It says, and upon the people,
Fuck ass nigga, man. Fuck you.
and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. That wasn't them.
That wasn't him.
That wasn't them.
Hell no.
That wasn't them. They was in the dark.
They was in their window wasn't cracked or none of that. That wasn't them.
They was in a dark color car.
That's
just a random family of motherfuckers. Nah, two of them asked the exact same thing.
No, that wasn't them, because they just passed this way. They went that way. No, that wasn't them. The motherfuckers that just passed this way.
They just
passed.
They turned
Bitch
around,
smoking a
obviously,
cigarette.
and came back this way.
Oh.
Yeah, they were sitting at the light right here for like 2 minutes or so. It says, hey, everybody, that's what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. Now everybody got to get, you know, a little bit of that treatment. These guys ruined it for everybody, you know? It says to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, and dwell in the midst of the land.
Yeah, everybody was here. What? Elam, Ishmael, they came here. They got cattle. They got goods. You know what I'm saying? They got farms. They got businesses. But Jake don't got shit. You know? Go ahead.
It says Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say.
Sheba and Dedan is North America. I mean, not North America. North Arabia and South Arabia. When you look at Sheba and Dedan on an ancient map, it goes into North and South Arabia. You know, go ahead.
Shall say unto thee, art thou come to take spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, and to take away cattle and goods, and to take a great spoil. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in that day when my people of Israel dwell safely, shall thou not know it.
Hey, yeah, and we gonna dwell safely, and they gonna know it, because when you look at Ezekiel 39, the scriptures tell you that Gog and Magog is gonna be going around and burying all their dead soldiers, man. You know, sever out men for continual employment. It ain't gonna be Israelites doing that. It's gonna be so-called white people in the form of Russians that's gonna go around cleaning up the dead bodies after World War III is all said and done with.
Real quick to back you up, this is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto God a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea, and it shall stop the noise of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Harmony God.
Yeah. So, like we saying, the brother brought the point.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 14. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it. And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land, and it shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before their eyes.
Right. So that's the Lord. He gonna have it to where these heathens is gonna know that's the Lord that has done what He's done. You know, they gonna know that it's the Lord that brought that calamity, because we're the ones prophesying about it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got, you know, political individuals, talking heads, talking about World War III from a geopolitical standpoint, economic standpoint, but they're not attributing and giving credit to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for this being His movement. All right, but the prophets are.
Thus saith the Lord.
Definitely disappointed on that. Go ahead with those two.
Yeah. Oh, you want Daniel?
You gonna be the king, Salaki.
Okay. We said 17 to start at 22. 20. Okay. This is 2 King 17 and 20. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hands of the spoilers until He had cast them out of His sight. For He rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord and made them sin a great sin.
Right. So this is going into the northern kingdom being you know, going off into idol worship and whatnot, and the Lord pretty much casting them away.
Yep. Verse 22. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them.
Right, the sins of Jeroboam. And Jeroboam, the first thing he did when he got into power was he presented them
big ass calf, golden calf.
I think it was 2 of them.
Yeah.
He said that calf said
2 or 3 of them.
I think it was 2.
Yeah.
It's like that calf. Oh, Israel that brought you out of Egypt and all this bullshit.
Yeah, because they was about to go join the southern kingdom and hold the Passover. He was like, oh no, fuck that. I don't want these motherfuckers getting right. Yeah. Nah, I want to keep them with me. So he introduced them to idols, man. You know? Verse 22, it says, for the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did, they departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of His sight, as He had said by all His servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria until this day.
Right.
And the king of Assyria...
So, hey, it said to Assyria to this day. So we know the northern kingdom is Israelites, All right, we know who they are, the respective tribes, right? So-called Latinos and natives and Seminoles. It said they are carried away to Assyria until this day. Now, the modern day Assyria is America, because where are the bulk of the Latin tribes here in the Americas, being ruled by who? The so-called white men. So that's how we know that the modern day Assyria is talking about America.
Verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon.
Right, heathens. Okay, which the ancient Babylonians were, you know, like Assyrians.
It said the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kata and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions.
Read that last one again. My bad, bro.
Well, he was getting to the good part.
Verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Kata and from Ava and
So,
from Hamath
A bunch of damn heathens, man. All right.
and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Right, that's why the Lord Yahushua said, into any other city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Because it was nothing but fucking heathens dwelling there, which they were supposed to be done away with when we got into the land of Israel. We were supposed to eradicate them motherfuckers, but Jake didn't do that, which is why later on in the future, the Lord had to say what he said. Hey, don't go to these fucking motherfuckers in Samaria, because those ain't your people for the most part. You know, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel instead. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord.
Right. So these heathens, they didn't fear the Lord when they got into that land. You know, they was doing all kind of wickedness, whatever bullshit they was into. Prior to them getting into that land, they carried them same customs over.
Therefore, the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria, now know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land. Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let him go and dwell there, and let him teach them the manner of the God of the land.
Right, so they had an actual priest, a Levite, go teach these heathens our customs, so that way they didn't get ate up by them lions. You know?
Verse 28. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. That's pretty much the point.
Yeah, if you want to speak on
that goes to the point we was talking about, man. How you have these heathens in the land of Israel defiling the land, because they know not the manner in which they supposed to keep that land.
which they know, but they're just demons.
Yeah.
Them Amalekites, them small hats. they know what the
48ers.
I mean they them 1948ers, they know the customs, all right. They fought tooth and nail to keep our customs from us.
Yeah.
So they know the customs they know our customs, all right. They know right from wrong and what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. But they're the devil. You know what I'm saying? But them doing what they're doing, hey, the Lord is going to be justified in destroying them.
What did the Lord say? What have thou to do to declare my statutes?
What's that? Psalm 58?
58. Ah, shice.
I'll get it.
Okay. But I was in on that.
for him the instruments of death, he ordaineth his arrows against the persecutor. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, you got, hey, man. So with all of this buildup that's going on, you got Russia, who's in the lab right now working on these missiles. You got Germany, who's in the lab right now working on missiles. America do it behind closed doors, so there's no information coming out about it, but you know they are. Right? You got Israel doing the same thing. They hide it behind closed doors, so you don't know how many they got or whatever. But it's the Most High that's putting this in their minds to get everything stirred up, so he can deliver his elect out of here, destroy the 2/3 and the wicked, man, and especially Esau, Edom.
Real quick, this is Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant into thy mouth?
Meaning you have no business touching this book and then trying to govern yourself by this book if you're not going to uphold this book. Which so now that you took this upon you, you have to be judged by the same book that you are covenant after, man. Okay? Because you use this book to enslave Israel, man. Use this book to try to say that we were inferior to you guys, man. So now this book is judging you, man.
Verse 17, seeing thou hatest instruction.
Yeah, you hate instructions, but yet this is a book of instructions, man. Do you guys follow it? No, you still eat swine. Talking about it's kosher swine and shit. And that's them 48ers that did that shit, man. Kosher swine. There's nothing kosher about swine. Period.
Kosher just means blessed by the rabbi. So you got the rabbi praying over this wicked ass meat. It's hypocritical. And
yeah.
Who's known for that? Esau, Edom, Amalek.
Hey, who was that? 40. Peter. 40. He said nothing unclean or common
have I touched.
Has entered into his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Foul foods, he ain't never ate the foul food. You know? Verse 17. Psalm 50, 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentedest with him. And somebody look this up we're gonna read this in NLT. Psalm 50 and 16. I'm gonna finish reading it real quick. Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentedest with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Yeah, man. That's what you guys do to Israel, man. We are brothers. You guys are our older brother. And you slander us, man. Hey, what information do you give foreigners when they step foot on this land? Don't fuck with those niggas. Those niggas are bad news. Don't trust them. Yeah, that's the first thing they do, man. And that's slander, man. Because guess what, man? The most givingest people on this planet are who? Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. They did a study on who gives the most. First and foremost, it's nigga women that give the most money to bums. Okay? Then it's the men. All right? Then it trickles down to the rest of the Israelites. But you know who doesn't give any money?
The white man.
Esau, Edom, doesn't give a penny. Which Esau, Edom is one of the richest people on this planet, man. They got all the fucking millionaires and shit. You know, Jake got millionaires because of sports, but it ain't long money. It's money they just received.
It's money that shriveled up.
Yeah, it's new money, not old money.
Yeah.
Esau got old money. Coming back from whipping the slaves, whipping the backs of slaves, man. You niggas got new money that just come from when sports came about in the last 100 years.
They got the old school $100 bills.
Yeah. They got the first printout of the hundreds.
Yeah.
You know?
Verse 12. Psalm 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such and one as thyself.
Ooh, that's why the scripture says, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, man. They think because the Lord hasn't fully cast forth his judgment on them, that what they're doing is acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. That's not the case, man. Okay? Because the thing is, the Lord's time is not like ours, man. One day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. And 1,000 years to us is one day to the Lord. Okay? So you might think that he's being pacified or he's winking at your wickedness, but no, man. He's just letting you fully convict yourself,
Be a
man.
rug rat.
Yeah, he's letting you fully convict yourself to his judgment, man, which is annihilation of your whole fucking nation, man.
Just like you saw Edom's tactic to get a whole dossier on you before bringing you to court.
Yeah, watching you for 2 years, 18 months, 3 years, however long you watch you. Mm-hmm.
Got you on video, audio.
Set your partners up to snitch on you and everything.
Yeah. You got witnesses on paperwork.
Control buys with he got the serial numbers of the money you took and put it in the bank and all that. Yeah, when he come for you, he's coming for you.
Yeah.
I got a perfect record too.
Mm-hmm. Got a perfect eye as well.
It says midway through verse 21, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
Ugh, that's tear you in pieces, man. And he's literally gonna do that, man. Hey, did he not say there's beast to tear? Okay, beast to tear is one of the kinds of death that the Lord is gonna prescribe for you people, man. And you don't want to get torn apart to pieces by no beast, man. Especially you're alive. And this beast is eating you alive, man. You don't want that, man. That's a gruesome death, man. And that's a death that's prescribed, man.
Hey, even we watched that video of that hawk that was eating that
rat.
Ooh. And that shit was gruesome.
The first thing he took was that head. Ripped it off and swallowed it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, man. A hawk just went for the neck, took a big chunk of the rat's neck off, swallowed that shit down, went back, took another piece of the neck off, swallowed that shit down, then took the whole head off, swallowed that down, and then just started
piece by piece ripping
the shit out of the fucking ripped his stomach open,
eating intestines,
ate the intestines and all that.
Then
once it got all that,
swallowed the whole rat after that.
Once it ate the intestines, it just swallowed the whole fucking rat, bro.
Ew.
And then licked his fingers.
Yeah, scraped his nails with his
Blood,
beak, bro.
yeah,
I never
with
seen a
blood.
fucking bird do that shit. It was scraping the nails. I'm like, what? Birds do that shit?
And then fall. You know, that's a raptor, bro. Hey, in the scriptures, somebody hold that in Revelation where it says that it's gonna be a feast for the fowl of the air.
I think 22.
Read that in start at 16. Read down.
This is Psalm chapter 50 in the NLT, starting at verse 16. But the Most High says to the wicked, why bother reciting my decrees and pretending to obey my covenant?
Ooh-wee.
Go ahead.
For you refuse my discipline and treat my words like trash.
Ooh. Hey, that's Esau, man. So where now, like the brother Yashimamba was saying, they don't even pump that Jesus Christ on you no more. Esau's all about the science. You don't believe in science.
Opposition of science.
Hey, Esau's all about that goddamn science, man.
It's all about Big Bang,
The Big Bang.
evolution.
He's all about that bass. No treble.
No trouble. It says, when ye see thieves, you approve of them, and you spend your time with adulterers.
Hey, Esau approves of thieves. Hey, John 10:10, a thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, and destroy. Now that was talking about Israelites initially, all right, false prophets and shepherds and whatnot. But what did Esau do? The Magna Carta.
You find it? Oh.
I got one.
Which one? Which one is it?
19 and
19. Yep. And 17. Yep. That's it.
Yeah, the Magna Carta and all that. You had Esau, all right, the Spanish, that was commissioning individuals to come over here to the Americas, and
That's the niggas right there.
come over here. That's the same motherfuckers, man. I told y'all. I know I wasn't
They was in a darker
That was
fucking-
him. No, that was him. I when it comes to vehicles, I recognize vehicles. But the thing was, when they came by the first time and did the shit, they didn't have a bitch in the car. They went and picked her up and came back, went that way, and came back this way. But they didn't have a bishop at first.
Yeah, that car wasn't that full. They had like fucking 5 cats in the back seat.
Yeah. Man, I would love to catch them niggas slipping, man. So Esau used certain documentation to give certain individuals the right to steal lands, man. You know, hey, if these motherfuckers in the new world,
Doctrine of discovery.
the doctrine of discovery, if they don't get down with Catholicism and this white Jesus, then they're heathens and we can take their land, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what the scripture's talking about. Go ahead, read it again.
It says, when you see thieves, you approve of them, and you spend your time with adulterers.
Yep.
Your mouth is filled with wickedness, and your tongue is full of lies. But let me go back up. It says, read it again. This is verse 16. It says, but the Most High says to the wicked, why bother reciting my decrees and pretending to obey my covenant?
Right, that's Esau. They're pretenders, man. They pretend to be Christians and believe in God and love you and you know it's all fake, man. You know, when just dealing with Esau period on a day-to-day basis, you can feel the fakeness coming off them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They try to keep it all cordial with you, but you know it's all cap.
You get that chimpanzee smile, that scary, nervous smile.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
For you refuse my discipline and treat my words like trash. When you see thieves, you approve of them and spend your time with adulterers.
Yep.
Your mouth is filled with wickedness and your tongue is full of lies. You sit around and slander your brother, your own mother's son. While you did all this, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care, but now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you.
Yep.
Dossier.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. All the charges against Esau, the Lord going. Hey, that's what we're doing right now. You know, the prophets of the Lord throughout the 4 corners of the globe, going into prophecy and condemning Esau. We got a checklist of your bullshit that we are condemning through the holy scriptures, man.
Hey, that's what further allows us to extrapolate. What was it that Yahweh Shai was right in that sin against those goddamn Pharisees that had that charge against the woman committing adultery? You know, we believe that he was writing some of that shit they was doing. Right in that sin. They was like, oh shit, yeah, how do you know that? Come out of here. Hey, she's good. Fuck her.
I don't got time to be beefing.
Yeah, I can't beef.
It says, repent all of you who forgot me, or I will tear you apart and no one will help you. But giving thanks is a sacrifice that truly honors me. If you keep to my path, I will reveal to you the salvation of the Heavenly Father.
Man, and that's what the prophets of the Lord is seeking. Salvation of the Heavenly Father by keeping his paths, keeping his ways, man. You know, and giving thanks to the Lord. Hey, like I said, that's the Lord's pleased with that, man. You know, because if you're giving thanks to the Heavenly Father, in spirit and in truth, you know, like the scriptures say, they that worship me shall worship me in spirit and in truth. That's the opposite of what Esau does. Like I said, Esau, he pretends to be about the Lord's words, but he throws the Lord's words behind him, man. You know? Who has some?
Oh, I got some.
Go ahead with yours, Kawhi.
It's Revelation 19:17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come, gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power.
Yeah, man. Hey, the Lord promised the fowls of the air a great supper, man. And what's that supper gonna consist of, man? It's gonna consist of flesh, man. But not just any flesh, man. The flesh of who you guys put in office, man. Your kings, your high up ranking officials, man. Okay, your officers, man. All right, your commander in chief. This is what the fowls of the air are gonna feast on, man. On the carcasses of your elites, man. Okay, that's what the Heavenly Father promised to the fowls of the air, man. A great feast. All right? And the Lord's word never comes back void. So guess what those fowls of the air are gonna have, man? A great feast.
Hey, cause hey, you know what I'm saying? You got rotten flesh, dead flesh out there. Hey, these birds, you know, most birds ain't tasted human flesh, man. You know, and you got to think all the bullshit that people eat. You know, the energy drinks they drink, the fucking crazy food, the GMO food that got all these people fat and clumped up, and you know, and these individuals are just scattered all around. That's gonna be a delicacy to these goddamn to these people, man. Especially fat individuals who did no kind of workout a day in their life. You know, the meat from animals, all right, from deers, from a deer or elk or something. That shit's gamey. It's rough. You know, it's muscle. Now, you got a you know, obese individual. That flesh is tender, man.
Fluffy.
Them them birds they gonna have a jolly good time.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's gonna be enough to go around.
Yep. They gonna be drunk on fucking. They gonna have the itis. Right?
And you know, birds, they don't stop eating, bro. They just keep fucking eating and shitting.
Yep.
So they gonna keep eating and shitting you niggas out.
Yep. Continuous cycle.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 18, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Yep.
I jumped the gun.
Yeah.
I jumped the gun, Salakia.
Yeah.
He didn't read that part yet.
Hey, so it says pretty much everybody from a king to a damn a peasant, a commoner. You know, these birds is gonna have they choice.
Well, how they feel.
How they feel. Watch out, bro. All right. Who got some?
I got it. This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 17.
You supposed to still want to do that verse?
And thou, son of man, thus saith the Lord power, speak unto every feathered fowl and to every beast of the field, assemble yourselves and come, gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice. And I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood.
Right. So once again, in Ezekiel 39, the fowls of heaven is going to be able to. They're going to eat human flesh, drink human blood, man. That's a promise that the Lord made to these animals, man. To the fowl of heaven. You know. Hey, just like on the House of the Dragons, you had that one, the Crab King or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he had all them niggas staked up on the beach, and all them crabs was
Feasting.
These niggas are still alive, getting ate by crabs.
Eyes getting ate out.
That's a gruesome judgment, man. And you best believe, during World War III over in the Middle East, a lot of them individuals gonna be half dead, still alive, getting tormented by their tendons being plucked out by
birds,
by hawks and turkey vultures and shit. You know, eagles. That's a crucial way to go out, man. So go ahead with that.
This is 2nd Ezra 13 verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof.
Yeah, and the Lord will give a lot of visions via dreams. Because even like Yashwamba mentioned, I believe one of the brothers in Dallas, when King Solomon was asking for that wisdom, it was in a dream.
It was in a dream. Yep. Yep.
You know. So the Lord shows his prophets a lot of what's to happen via these dreams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
That's how he programs men in a deep sleep. Verse 3, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look,
that man is Yahweh Shai. Wait.
Thousands of heaven is those angels, the host.
40.
It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
12.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth,
9.
all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire.
2.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And that's the Armageddon.
Yeah, that's all them armies. Them armies that's gonna band together to stop fighting each other, to try to fight Yahweh Shai and the angels when they return. Here it is. That lets you know it's all cap. You know, it's all bullshit what these nations is doing. You're the Russians and you hate America so much that your hate for them is gonna automatically disappear when the big head green aliens from Mars come and attack America.
They're living by that fucking code. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. You know, letting you and they all know that it's the Lord, man. They know that's why throughout history you've had certain individuals talk about if an alien species or whatever.
The president said that.
Bush.
Reagan?
Reagan?
I think it was Reagan. Yeah.
Oh, Reagan. Okay. So like, I thought it was Bush too.
Bush Senior.
Yeah, the oldest.
Yeah.
They might have. You know, they all them niggas is tied in.
Yeah.
They're all together.
You know, so letting you know that it's for them to be saying these things. They know that it's the Lord and the angels, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had raised himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not. So what this is saying, man, is he said Yahweh Shai was flying in a big ass fathership, right? And he's like, what the hell? That look like a big ass mountain from the earth. So he's looking around to see what mountain is not where it was once placed. He's like, God damn, all the mountains are still here. Where the fuck this shit come from? You know, so that's how big it was, man. It's a fathership, man. Okay? It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Meaning the Lord put the spirit on them to still fight, even though they was frightened as hell, man. They scared out their goddamn mind, but yet they're like, fuck it, we still gonna fight. Why is that, man? The Lord put it in their spirit. He hardened their spirit, man. Just like he hardened Pharaoh's spirit to continue to have us in captivity when the Lord was jacking his ass up, man. Okay? Verse 9, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Right. Hey, so the Lord, man, he's gonna totally annihilate all these armies that are gonna fight against each other and then band together to fight against him and the angels. All right, it's to no avail, man. They're not gonna win.
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 12, starting at verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Yep.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him.
Right. So, the Archangel Michael, along, headed by Yahushua and the rest of the angels, is actually going to make war against Esau and his militaries. Okay, so you're gonna have fighter jets and shooting off rounds, missiles, heat-seeking missiles, all kind of shit.
The best they got.
The best they got to hit nothing. It's like going to the range. You go to the range and shit. You got a full magazine. Yeah. You waiting for the targets to pop up, and you ain't hitting nothing. You're a fucking bum. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what it's gonna be. With the angels toying with the heathen, man. Yeah. Like a lion or a cat. They toy with its food for a minute. Yeah. With its prey. And then when it gets tired of them squirming and making crazy noises, they're all right. It's time to eat now. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what? Them animals probably do that. So the animal that's gonna get ate releases that shit in their adrenochrome in their bloodstream, so they can get that real good, animal high or whatever they experience from it.
Call it a hyphy bite.
A hyphy bite. A hyphy bite. They want a hyphy bite.
Animal crack.
Yes, animal crack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna happen with the Lord, Yahushua, the angels. Right? They're gonna toy with these heathens' armies, all up in the sky, man.
Yeah.
And then, you're gonna planes, jets gonna be flying and hitting the ground. Chariots just flying straight through a damn a fighter jet. You can't even see the chariot, but all you see is a fighter jet mid sky just break in half.
Or the chariot is blocking your view, but you're following it, chasing it, and it just disappears, and you're right in front of a mountain. Bow! Blow your ass up.
Hey, on that movie Stealth, you had with Jamie Foxx like years ago. There was some shit. They were chasing like a chariot or something like that, and they ended up. I forget what they were chasing. It might have been another jet, but they ended up smacking right into a damn mountain, man. Cause it was either a chariot or a ship or something that was flying, and before they hit the mountain, they pulled up like quick as shit. But the jet that was behind them couldn't do it, and at the last minute, when they bam right into the mountain, But it's gonna be all kind of crazy shit that's gonna happen out here in the heavens, so to say, when the Lord returns, man.
That's right.
What, anybody got anything?
Nope.
All right, so with that, once again, we're going to wrap up. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to you brothers pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.